Yesterday, we did weigh them for the first time, and I'm just going to give a generic idea of who I'm talking about by just explaining the collar they have on right now. So the sushi collar, he weighed in at 1 pound 4 ounces. The light blue, 1 pound 3.1 ounces. Dark blue, which is the one with the sun, the stars, and everything on it, he weighed in at 1 pound 2.9 ounces. The blue yellow collar, which is the one I said was like kind of retro, he's the one when weighing this evening I have to really keep an eye on because he weighed only 14 ounces. He was our smallest, so just to make sure today he has been nursing properly. The green collar, 1 pound 2.8 ounces. Purple, which is a female, 1 pound 0.4 ounces. Pink, another female, was 1 pound 0.1 ounces. The black collar, 1 pound 1 ounce. The black gray collar, which is this one here, the Galaxy type one, 1 pound 4.3 ounces. And our biggest boy, which is the one we were talking about in the live stream yesterday, weighed in at 1 pound 4.9 ounces. Big boy. He's going to be a big boy. But that is the weight of them yesterday. We're going to weigh them again here today. And like I said, just make sure they're all gaining weight and no one's losing weight and nobody's staying the same. But this is our little guy here. He's the one that was 14 ounces yesterday. So we're just going to make sure he put on some weight today. As well, we have to make sure all the collars are still a little bit loose on them and not too tight. So daily, as soon as you put on, whether it's the felt collar or one of these snap-off collars, always make sure to check it daily because every single day they will be gaining weight. So every day the collar should need just a slight bit of adjustment. You don't want it too loose because it could slide off, hook into their paws, cause damage. So you really want to make sure there's a little bit of wiggle room, but not too much. You also need to be aware that when they are first born, they cannot see or hear. So the only thing they can do right now is smell. And because of this, you certainly do not want to pick at their eyes. You don't want to force their eyes open. You have to let them open naturally. If you try to force the eyes open, you can cause some serious damage. So make sure you do not touch the eyes. Let them open naturally. Even if someone in your family gets a little curious, like a little one, and they want to pick open the eyes just to see the color or this, that, and the other thing, do not do it. You can cause the dog to become blind or you can cause other health issues. So certainly leave the eyes alone and just let them open all on their own. And that will happen within the first few weeks. And in regards to hearing, if you're steady talking weight to the puppies and everything else, I do it. Don't worry, it's fine. It's just a natural thing, but they indeed cannot hear for the first few weeks as well. Like I said, the only thing these little ones can do right now is smell and nurse. Nala is resting here now. Some of the little ones are resting as well. And I'm just gonna give them a little bit before I go to weigh them again today. Look at the two girls. The last litter we only had 2 girls, and now this litter we only had 2 girls. I'm actually quite glad that this litter is more male heavy versus girls. I'm glad there's only 2 females and there are 8 males. And there are 2 reasons for it. I absolutely love females, don't get me wrong. We have our 3 girls, we have Nala. I love the girls, I think they're amazing. But when it comes to breeding and adopting them out, I prefer males more so, simply because the males are a lot easier to adopt out. And there are 2 reasons I find the males are a lot easier to adopt out. And reason number 1, when it comes to the females, a lot of people, it's just lack of education and understanding, get very nervous of adopting females simply because females can, if not spayed, go into heat. And a lot of people do not understand exactly the heat process, how and when a female can become pregnant when in heat, and after heat, how it all works. It's just, there's a lot of confusion there for a lot of people who just don't understand. And I think that's why I really want it when the girls go into heat. I always like to just do a few videos of it just so I can explain so people can understand a bit better. I absolutely think a lot more people, if they were educated and understood about females and their heat cycle and spaying and everything else and how to keep them safe around males, a lot more females would be adopted out. But like I said, it's just lack of education and understanding of spaying as well as the heat cycle, especially the heat cycle is just something that really makes people nervous. Reason number 2, the males are a lot easier to adopt out. It's actually far less cheaper to neuter a male than it is to spay a female, and that is something that certainly draws a lot of people to the males. It's simply because of that. They find that when it comes to the males, they like to save a few dollars in the spay and neutering process because a lot of people do it. And that's another thing that I find is just lack of education and understanding. You don't necessarily have to spay and neuter your dog unless you're the type of person who cannot monitor their dog. I personally think that if you can monitor your dog, there's really no need to spay or neuter them, but it is a personal choice, personal opinion, to each their own. If you do spay and neuter, that is of course your choice. We are not against it, we aren't anti, it's just we keep such a close eye on our dogs that if I had my time back, Claire and Ariel wouldn't even be spayed. But as time went on and we were educating ourselves more and more, we realized the harm that spaying and neutering actually does to the dog. So that is why Layla isn't spayed. And now that Nala is done with her litters, even now that she's complete, she will not be getting spayed. We keep a close enough tab on our dogs. Layla has went into heat a few times now and has yet to become pregnant. And that's simply because we have a heat book, is what we call it. We write down the dates of when the dog goes in heat. We monitor it. We monitor them around the males. We make sure they're not near the males during their heat cycle. It's just a very closely monitored system we have, and it works for us. Even with males in our house that are not neutered. None of our males are neutered, and never have we had an accident with Layla. And like I said, now that this is Nala's last litter, there'll be no accidents with her and Kenai of her having another litter, and there'll be none with her with the other boys, and that literally comes down to us as the owner. If you're a responsible owner and you monitor it and you keep an eye on it, there will be no accidental litters. And it really just boils down to that. Just keeping an eye on your dogs when in heat. But the little ones, back to them, are doing absolutely amazing. There they are. They're so cute. I'm gonna soon get ready to weigh them now. And hopefully you put on some weight. Nala. All right, we're gonna get ready to weigh them now, okay? 1 pound, 4.7. So 1 pound, 4.7. And light blue is 1 pound, 3.8. Good job, buddy. You gotta stay still, buddy. 1 pound. 1 pound, 4.3. Good job, buddy boy. The green constellations is 1 pound, 4.3 as well, just like your brother. So she is 1 pound, 0.9 ounces. We're gonna keep an eye on her just because she only gained a little tiny bit, and just make sure that tomorrow she gains a little bit more. All right, we now have the black collar, and he is 1 pound, 2. Stay still, my love. 2.3. He's 1 pound, 6.3. Oh my goodness, what a big boy. And this is the black and white collar, or the black and gray collar, the Galaxy one. Oh my goodness, boy. All right, everyone, here is our big boy. Let's see how much he weighs. 1 pound, 7.0. Still the biggest. Yes, you are. Here's our little guy, everyone. He was 14 ounces yesterday, so hopefully he gained a bit of weight. And he's 15.6 ounces today. Good job, buddy. Good job. You gained weight. That's very good. You didn't lose weight and you didn't stay the same. You gained some. All right, everyone. That's everybody done and weighed. I'm very happy because all of them have gained weight and none of them have reduced in weight or stayed the same. Now, we do have to keep an eye on Purple because she only put on a little tiny bit of weight. She did put weight on, but not a lot. So we'll keep an eye on her now for tomorrow to make sure she's still increasing in weight. And our little blue retro type collar one, he put weight on, which is really good. Still not up to speed with everybody else, but he is putting weight on. So that's the main thing. That's what's really important. So he's another one we have to keep an eye on. Hopefully tomorrow he gains even more weight and keeps nursing like he's doing there now. But overall, good job, everybody. And of course, our big boy, he's gonna be at 2 pounds in no time. Oh my goodness, he is a big boy from the get-go. Even in the delivery video, if you've seen it, when he was born, the first thing I even said was, oh my goodness, that's a big puppy. But they're all doing great. Nala's just gonna clean them here now. I'm gonna flick back on our TV. They're gonna get ready for bed. We'll see you in the next video. Bye now, everyone. Hey, Nala, say bye-bye.